What about it, YouTube? All right, I'm going to start today with a quote from FDR. If it happened in politics, it was meant to happen. There were no mistakes. I might lose some people. I don't know. And all I can tell you is the feeling I have in my gut right now isn't good. I don't know how I got here, but I'm here. There was a video that was put up last night by Frog News Network. There's some, diehard Trumpers, and I listen to everybody. I listen to Jimmy Dore. I listen to Stupid Cousins on Ring of Fire. I listen to a variety of people to get an idea of what's being said out there. So don't get the idea if I say I'm listening to Frog News Network that makes me akin to them or necessarily. I mean, I'm a patriot and I'm a God lover, so as far as that goes, sure. But they had a video that they did a live stream, but they took it immediately down. And I missed it, and I wanted to see what they all had to say because the title of the video was, "What is the meaning behind Trump's call for 21 days of prayer?" I thought, that sounds like an interesting title, but I missed it, and then they pulled the video. And talking to someone today, they said you could find it on Rumble, but I can't find it on Rumble, so I don't know if it's out there. And really, that's not too important, except that it had my mind in the background wondering what they had to say about the 21-day idea, okay? And then I just so happened to be watching another video that was on Odyssey talking about kind of like the MK Ultra, the different personalities that Nicki Minaj and Beyonce, and some of them say that they have these alter egos, and how there's a reasonable suspicion that there's occult connections there, okay? And then just watching the video, it went to some kind of a, I don't know, I didn't even keep watching why this was part of it, but they had like a page with, still of Masonic symbols, or something about the most significant Masonic symbols. And I'm looking on there, and I knew that one of the degrees is the Noahide or Noahide degree in the Scottish Rite. I thought it was number 17 for some reason. So I was looking through the symbols. There's, they're numbered out. The degrees are numbered out. The symbols for a degree, the name of the degrees. It's all there. And actually, it was like a jeweler advertisement. So you have to assume this is probably some correct stuff if the jeweler's advertising these different symbols that you could have a ring made into, per se, right? Anyway, I was wrong about the 17. It's 21. And then something kind of came back to me, like, oh yeah, it is 21. And then Trump wants us to have 21 days of prayer. So maybe I lost a bunch of people, right? Because I'm not a big gematria guy, right? There's a lot of that stuff that the Q people were doing, like, Trump adds up to this and that adds up to, rainbows and good times and freedom or something. I don't know. But I'm here to tell you that the feeling in my gut really hit as soon as I made that connection, because this other thing had been going on in the background. And then I run into this Noahide at 21. And I'm screaming Noahide, 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 all the way up until this pandemic crap, right? And everyone dismisses me as a kook, pretty much in the real world, right? It's really hard to get somebody there, and I probably tend to rush things. I've done videos about how you try to meet people where they're at. I need to listen to my own advice sometimes. But it's like I feel like we don't have a lot of time. So it's kind of like, hey, anyway. People would say, like, how could this takeover even be possible in the South when there's churches everywhere and everybody's a believer, and they're just going to all of a sudden just allow everyone to march up to the gallows or up to the guillotine and be called an idol worshiper? They're looking at me like, you're a kook, man. There's too many Christians to ever have to worry about that. But we've already seen how they can restrict you, or they can, have a shutdown, or and I mean, we see Babylon all around us. Okay? And if you think I'm kooky, and if you think this is weird, this may not do anything to help you be convinced with the 21-day thing. But, in fact, here. I'll show you right here. It's not going to probably come out real good, but that's where I paused the video. Right there. And if only you could probably read it. That's number 21. Noahide or Persian night. Okay? And so something else prompted me to look up the U.S. Congress Noahide. Okay, I just did this. U.S. Congress Noahide. Okay, this is some more stuff if you think I'm a kook, okay. But March 26, 1991. This is interesting enough. Y'all need to probably, regardless of what I'm saying about the 21 days of prayer, this is important. If the Congress has H.J. Res 104 and you got Bush signs Noahide laws into law, and they're opening at least 6 times. Okay, read this stuff, okay? Read all of this, please. This is important. But going back to my grift into gematria, this date, March 26, 1991. A year has 365 days, leap year is 366. So 182 and a half to 183 would be half a year. Trump called for the 21 days of prayer to start on the 11th of September. So I did the math. Going from March 26th to what would be the end of the 21 days of prayer, and that's the number you get, folks, 183. So somehow, maybe it's coincidence, right? Somehow, 21 days of 21 is a Noahide degree. 21 days of prayer starting on the 11th of September puts you exactly 6 months from March 26th, and that's the day we are supposedly Education Day and Noahide Law Day. All right, folks. The feeling in my gut was like, this isn't a joke. This isn't stupid. Trump didn't come up with 21 days because he was bored. And I had to make sure he called for it on September 11th. Some of these articles are late, but see right here. 9/11 and called it 21 days of prayer. So he didn't just make up 21 because he's like, what sounds like a good number for prayer. I think he's having you ritualistically initiate yourself into this crap. And he was also on Bartoloma, and he was saying, Bartoloma's saying, hey, what do you think about this mandate stuff from Biden? And everybody's waiting for him to say, oh, it's terrible, it's a overreach of government. No, what he says is, I'm so proud of myself for the vaccine. Nobody could have done it like I did it. And the only reason people would be shy of the vaccine is because of who we have as president. If I was in charge, everyone would go and get it. Does that make any sense to anybody? Does that make any sense to anybody at all? And again, I'll close with what I opened with. If it happens in politics, meaning Trump falling on his sword, playing possum, surrounding himself with feckless losers, installing people who on the outside have the optics of being conservative and Christian, and once they get into Supreme Court or once they get into office, they're just backstabbing after backstabbing. All Trump could do is backstab you. Everything was a lie. He told you he was a snake. He's told you that a couple of times. And now he wants you to pray for 21 days. A guy who refuses to ask forgiveness for anything, who thinks that he's always led a perfect life. Really? Really? He puts himself on that pedestal, huh? Really? He's a man of his loins, hanging out with Epstein, wanting to give Ghislaine a pardon, leaving Assange to hang out and dry, and giving Kushner the pass. Daddy Kushner. This guy is AIDS. Trump is total political and futuristic AIDS for you. I don't have all the answers. I'll do a video here. I don't want to mess this one up, make it too long, but I'm going to do a video here on what I think your daily life should sort of consist of in this mess. But 21 days, I would make sure that in that prayer that you are praying to the Lord Jesus Christ that all the Noahide people are dealt with before it's too late and we have guillotines running left and right with idol worshipers being butchered out. That's what they call for. I'm not saying this. They're saying this. So I think it's time to just be aware of it. How we allow Congress to have an education day and glorify a guy who says that non-Jews have satanic souls, and if they worship Jesus, they're idol worshipers and need to be put to death. That's what we have. And it's no accident. We didn't oops, like Trump, oops, gosh, golly gee, I tried to drain the swamp, but I couldn't do it. They were like after me, Russia, Russia, Russia. Oh, they stole the election. Dang it, I had the executive orders, but gosh, golly gee. And if you listen to David Nino Rodriguez, hey, you can grift over there and join his club, and we're all just going to wait and eat popcorn because the white knights are coming. And no, you've been sold out. You were sold down the river. Trust the plan. Go check out Operation Trust that happened with the Bolshevik Revolution, how they got all the nationalists to sit on their hands while there was a reset happening around them. Okay? All right. I'm not going to make this any longer. God bless.